Hey there, it's Critter Trades here, and I'm going to teach you how to replace the battery in your key fob for your Fiat Chrysler vehicle. Here's the key fob for a FCA vehicle, and FCA stands for Fiat Chrysler, and they own the brands Fiat, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep, among others. And so this will work for any of those key fobs that look like this, and they'll have a logo on the back for whatever brand it is. And if you stay around after the tutorial, I have a few tips and things that you might not have known about your key fob. So to replace the battery in your key fob, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to flip your key fob over to the logo side. And what you're going to do is you're going to push this little switch up, and that will release the valet key. I'm just going to pull out as you pull this switch up. Now there's two holes in here. The one hole on this side towards the logo side is where the key was. There's another little slot in here, and you're actually going to use the key and you're going to put it in here and you're going to twist it sideways, and that will pop open the case. Then you have here your battery, and if you want to use a little screwdriver you can. I just use my fingernail. You put it under this side and you lift up and it will pull it out. And that's how you take your battery out, and then you put your new one back in. This is a CR2032, and you want positive side down, and you're going to push it in along these two little tabs. So from this side, you're going to push it into the tabs first and then down, and then you're just going to put your cap back on the other side. I like to make sure it's all the way on, all the way around, and then push on the edges first. Don't push where the buttons are to push it back on. Then you're going to put your key back in like so, and that's all you do. So a few tips and things about your key. As I mentioned earlier, this is what it's called, your valet key, when you open this. And the reason it's called a valet key is because if you go to somewhere that has valet parking, if you just have a key that's set up like this, you either have to give them your whole key ring or you have to pull it off of the key ring loop, which is annoying to do. So what you can do is you just pull this switch, hand them the key fob because they can drive the car around with this. You get to keep your keys, and it's just a little bit nicer way to do things. It's quicker. You don't have to take everything off your key ring. Another thing too, these batteries go dead very, very quickly, so you might want to buy a pack of not just one but a few, especially if you have keyless entry. If you have remote start, if a door is open on your car, if it's not completely closed, then your remote start won't work. So if for some reason your remote start isn't working, make sure all your doors are completely closed, and that might be a reason why it's not working. If you replace the battery in your key and your key still isn't working, you might need to put a little bit of silicone grease or dielectric grease on the battery terminals where the battery touches the contacts in there. It might just not be touching, or the contacts themselves might be bent in a way where they're not actually touching the battery. So make sure those are actually touching, and maybe use a little bit of dielectric grease if you have some. And the last interesting thing is, and this is really helpful, is if your battery is dead in your key fob, you don't actually have to replace the battery for it to still start your car. If you actually touch the end of the key fob to the push button start and push it with the key fob, even if your battery is completely dead or not in it at all, it will start your car. So if you're stranded and your key fob loses its battery, or something weird happens where you run out of battery juice, you can still start your car and drive away with a dead key fob. So that's a nice little tip to know too. So thanks for watching.